Hello, and thank you for joining the Washtenaw County Road Commission's virtual information meeting about the bridge replacement project planned on Sharon Valley Road over River Raisin between Sharon Hollow Road and Myers Road in Sharon Township. My name is Tiffany Oliphant. I'm WCRC's Communications Manager. I'll be your meeting host today along with our project manager. This morning, I'll go over the meeting instructions before turning it over to staff for the presentation about the project, and then we'll open the meeting up for your questions. This meeting audio and video is being recorded and will be posted to the project page on wcroads.org in the next day or two. After the presentation, you will be asked to virtually raise your hand during Q&A, and I will provide instructions at that time on how to do this from either your computer, the Zoom app, or phone. The chat feature for this meeting is turned on, and if you have questions during the presentation, feel free to ask it in the chat. We will address it during the Q&A period. You can find the chat window at the bottom of your screen. I'm going to let folks into our meeting 1 second. Joining me in today's meeting is Senior Project Manager Nate Murphy.
Good morning, everyone.
And I'm passing it over to Nate now. Go ahead, Nate.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm happy to be here to give you information on this bridge replacement project on a local road here in Sharon Township. The road here, Sharon Valley Road, the Fellows Bridge area is shown on Google Map, but that's the bridge that we're here for. The project was started by applying for funding through the MDOT bridge program, local bridge program, and we were able to secure those funds back in 2022, and we've been working on this project since then to bring it to construction. We are happy to announce that we're getting close to it, and this location here is between Sharon Hollow Road and Myers Road, as noted here on the map. It is an important place crossing for locals, as just to the north. You might, for those that are familiar with the area, know the culvert there on Bethel Church Road is closed and has been closed for quite a while. So it's an important place for locals to get through. And we're happy to be moving this project forward. The existing bridge that we have out there is what we call functionally obsolete and structurally deficient. It was constructed in 1960. You can see on the left there is an aerial view looking down on the bridge, and you can see the geometry, the road alignment is not up to standard with the curve. It's shown on the right and at the street view. So the geometry here is very substandard, and it's very poor. And we will be working to correct those issues. The current bridge, the current bridge is currently weight restricted and posted at 20 tons. And so there is a restriction here for loading that can cross the existing bridge. So that's another part that we are addressing with the new structure. Next slide, please. Again, here's a map of our location. The project limits are denoted there and shows where the bridge replacement will happen. It's again on Sharon Valley Road as you're coming down that hill, at the bottom of the hill as it crosses the River Raisin. Next slide. This is a depiction from the proposed plan sheets showing what it'll look like. This is as if you were standing and looking at the side of the bridge, elevation of it, and we will be removing the existing one completely and installing new structure for the abutments, and the whole bridge will be replaced with this new structure. And we have about a 77-foot span there that we'll be replacing it with. Next slide. This slide shows the proposed alignment and the new bridge that we'll be putting in here. You can see that what we call the horizontal curve, that means as you're coming and turning through this location, is much better. We have designed this to a low volume AASHTO geometric design guide, and that in effect just means that we're making the curves that you're driving through smoother to provide a safer crossing here. The existing bridge you can see there is just along the north side of the new one. So the new one is in green there, and you can see that the alignment is moving to the south slightly. We will be paving as part of this project 300 feet to the west of the structure and 500 feet to the east to help provide a safe transition through that area. Next slide. As part of this realignment, we will need to take and remove trees in the area. We'll be approximately taking out 95 trees. Again, you can see the brown is the existing road, and the new alignment is the blue. It's a minimal impact, but it will be some tree removals as we move that alignment to the south slightly. Next slide. This project's funding, as I noted, was through the local bridge program at MDOT, and this is through federal funding that MDOT facilitates. 80% of the cost will be going to that MDOT program. 20% will be paid locally here through our budget and we use Michigan transportation funds to do that. The estimated construction cost for the structure replacement is at $3.1 million. The next steps will be, we are finalizing the plans for this project. We will be bidding it through MDOT. They will facilitate all of the bidding and the contract award. Once that is in place and we have a contractor on board, tree removals will be the next step. We will be having, prior to construction start, a information meeting prior to the closure. We anticipate that to be in early 2026. Here's my information. You can either visit our webpage at wcroads.org or contact me directly. That's my desk phone and my email. Please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions. I'm happy to help you as much as I can. And we'll look forward to working through this project with you. Next slide.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate that. I'll take it over from here. So project updates. We want to let you know how to see this project and how to get updates on this project. So I'm going to come out of the presentation and I'm going to show you our website so you can get there and find the information. 1 second. So here I am. I'm on our website at wcroads.org. When you go either in your browser, then you will go and on our website at Roadwork and Construction, current project pages. There you will have information at the top here. This is an active map. You can click on the various projects, the lines there, and they're the projects, and you can see what's going on in that area, and you can click on the more information. It'll take you to the project page. But this project is also down here under Sharon Valley Road. It's the bridge replacement project, Sharon Township. And here is the project page. There you will find the information of location of work, the township, when the work is being done, the description, the road closure, and the funding source, Nate's information. As you were here, so we put the virtual public meeting there. We put just lane closures if things were happening in this area, what was happening at this project so far with this project. You can also sign up to receive the project updates from this. We do it through email marketing. You put your email address in, your name and your zip code. You click on your township that you're interested in receiving information. You can click on the advisories and weekly road work. That's something I'm going to show you in a second. And then you click on this particular project, which is the Sharon Road project. So that is our Sharon Valley Road project is right here. You would click that and hit subscribe. That's how you sign up for project updates. Going back toward the road work and construction, here you can find the weekly road work schedule is right here. And this is what we're doing. This is how you stay up to date on what is going on with WCRC as far as our weekly projects. We update these every Thursday. So this is how you'll get that. Also, when you sign up on your project updates, this also comes in email as well. So you can find out what's going on. We also post on social media as well if you are on social media. Okay, I'm going to go back into the presentation. And now we're going to open it up for question and answers. I see I have a few in my chat. I'll get with you in 1 second. Here we go with the Q&A.
Hey, Tiffany.
Yes.
Just one thing that I'll mention again, I'm Aaron Burkholtz. I'm the Assistant Director of Engineering here at the Road Commission. I'm blessed to work with both Tiffany and Nate here. I wanted to mention, Nate did a good job of covering the changes in the alignment of the bridge. For anyone that's driven this part of Sharon Valley Road, it's pretty understandable that the existing bridge is on a poor alignment. But when you look at the impacts of building a new bridge like this, we look at the width of the new bridge, the span of the new bridge. So that would be like the span over the waterway, in this case, over the River Raisin. And we look at the alignment of the road. And a good part of that is driven by design guidelines that we have to satisfy in order to use the MDOT, the federal and state funding on this project. So it's very reasonable for someone to ask, well, why would you build a bridge of this width? Why would you build a bridge of this span at a very rural location? And really a lot of that is driven by the fact that we are realizing a significant amount of money through the MDOT local bridge program. Whenever you involve state and federal funding in a project, you are going to have to satisfy certain design guidelines. And the other driver here was the permit that was needed from the Michigan Department of Environment, Great Lakes, and Energy. So we refer to that as EAGLE. So in order to satisfy EAGLE and obtain that permit, which we now have obtained, we had to basically look at the impacts of the new bridge, the alignment of that bridge on this part of the River Raisin, the impacts on the adjacent wetland areas. So again, there was a lot of resources, a lot of thoughtfulness in positioning this bridge and building the bridge that we intend to construct. Again, it's a substantial bridge, but when there's this type of an investment to the tune of $3 million to build a new bridge, we expect that new bridge is going to be in place for many, many decades into the future. So I wanted to provide that comment because, again, it's reasonable for anyone to ask, well, why is the bridge that you're proposing the bridge that you're proposing? So thank you.
Well, thank you, Aaron. I appreciate that. 1 second. I do have a few messages in chat. 1 second. I'm going to let some folks know how to work it. 1 second. If you are viewing this meeting on your computer, first, Make sure you click on join audio. You can then raise your hand by clicking the participants or reactions button at the bottom of your screen, then raise your hand button at the bottom of your right-hand screen. If you dialed into the meeting from your phone, you can raise your hand by dialing *9. As the meeting host, I will unmute participants with raised hands one at a time. I will announce your username or last 4 digits of your phone number when it is your turn to speak. We are happy to answer as many questions as possible, but please be respectful of each other's time. If your question is answered before you are called on, you can lower your hand by clicking the lower hand button or dialing #9. Thank you. 1 second. So let's start with my first question is, what is the time frame? From Dennis Kittle. Do you have a time frame, Nate?
Yes, so we anticipate getting this through the MDOT bidding process later this year, and construction would be begin in 2026. Or we don't have that dialed in very tightly at this point because we don't know which MDOT letting advertisement it'd be in, but we anticipate to be early 2026.
His next question was, why not fix Bethel Church culvert first?
Mostly that was, yeah, Aaron, if you want to take that one.
Yeah,
But
and I can
that's a
jump in
part-
on that one, Nate. Yeah, so the Bethel Church Road culvert, again, one of the advantages we have here is because of the span. So again, that portion of the bridge that spans over the River Raisin, since in this location on Sharon Valley, that's greater than 20 feet, that affords us the ability to pursue the MDOT local bridge funds. Unfortunately, on Bethel Church Road north of here, again, that's a local county road, but that structure is not of a size, it is not of a span that allows us to pursue that federal and state funding through the MDOT local bridge program. So the replacement of that bridge would have to be solely on the backs of the Road Commission and Sharon Township. And many years ago, there was an effort to replace that structure on Bethel Church Road. Unfortunately, as the Road Commission pursued the Eagle permit, it became cost prohibitive. Basically, the cost burden for the Road Commission and for Sharon Township at that time was not something that could be borne. So again, it's a valid question. Why don't we repair and reopen that structure on Bethel Church Road? And really what it's got to do is with the money, because we have the ability to invest in this crossing and really have a reliable crossing of the River Raisin here many decades into the future.
Well, thank you. Do we have any other questions? You can place them in the chat. You can message me in the chat. I will remind everyone that we will have a construction meeting. This is the design meeting letting you know about the project, and we will have a construction meeting before the project takes place. Once all of the next steps, as far as the bid letting and the trees and all the other, once we've crossed our T's, we will and dotted our I's, we will then come back and we will have another meeting. Oh, I am getting a question in here. 1 second. I'm getting another question. I think that's Jay Kess, 61. Will this affect the annual Manchester canoe race?
Yes, so this whole area that we'll be working in will be closed for the duration of the project. So yes, it will impact that next year. So that'd be in the 2026 construction season.
Yes. And again, we'll have a construction meeting to let you know all of these details and when that closure will happen and all the information, and we will communicate that effectively to all organizers of those events, and so that they are aware of what is going on as far as that part's concerned. Okay, Dennis Kittle has another question. I live about 1/4 of a mile east of the bridge. We have, the annual canoe race is the 3rd weekend in May. 60s, I'm sorry, he says 100 some boats. Okay, so that he didn't really, he just had a comment about it. So you answered the canoe question. So yes, sir, we will, there will be an effect on the canoe race, but we will definitely communicate that once we know more details of the bridge replacement project. Is
Yeah,
there anyone else who would want
Tiffany,
to?
I'll offer with that canoe race, and I appreciate the additional information on when the canoe race would occur. Again, it will depend on what the contractor's working on at that time, because there may be some ability to maintain passage along the River Raisin within the waterway. The road's going to be closed certainly in May of 2026. The road will be closed. We'll be in the midst of the construction of the new bridge, but there may be some provision that can be made for the canoes to get through. But really, it's going to depend on that contractor's schedule. As the contractor is yet to be determined, because we don't really even know our MDOT bid date yet, that would be something that as we get closer to construction, it'd be something certainly we can discuss at that future construction phase meeting.
Okay. Does anyone else have any more questions? I don't have anything on, let me see if, for those who may want to speak, not necessarily just do it in the chat, we can unmute you if you would like. I can show you that information if you just raise your hand, and we can do that as well. Or you can dial *9 or continue to message me. Oh, Dennis, he has questions. Is there a plan in the future to pave Sharon Valley?
There is not. Again, with Sharon Valley Road being a local county road, any improvements that are made are either going to have to use a state or federal funding source. In the case of the bridge, we have a state and federal funding source, and that's what's bringing about this new bridge construction. Or that cost for that road improvement would have to be undertaken by the road commission and by the township because of this being a local county road. And generally, the number we use for the paving of an unpaved gravel road is approximately $2 million per mile. Because again, to pave an unpaved gravel road, there's a great deal of work that goes into the widening of the road. You have to think about it needs to accommodate at least 2 lanes of pavement plus a paved shoulder on each side. You have to have drainage improvements on either side, and you have to build the base. You can't simply work off the top of the existing road. You have to ensure that that base material is adequate to support paved surface. So, no, at this point, there are no plans to pave Sharon Valley Road. The only paving that would be done would be in either direction from the new bridge, and that will extend a considerable distance from the new bridge, but it won't go beyond that. Really, the paving that's being done with the bridge is more of like a transitional paving, I'll say.
Thank you, Burke. Do we have another question? I don't see one, but I hear you. Okay, so Jay Kess says, will paving the 300 feet west of the bridge make it safer? The hill is fairly steep. Will you change the slope?
Well, the vertical profile, which would be the slope that you're coming down there, will be adjusted for sure to accommodate getting down safely to the bridge and meet those standards that I talked about. It will still be steep enough that we can't take down the whole hill. So it's gonna meet or come and be adjusted into the existing road elevation. So there will be still quite a hill there as you go up to the west.
So it says, will paving the 300 feet west of the bridge make it safer?
Yeah, absolutely. There's the transitions there are largely to keep material from going onto the bridge. So in other cases, you might notice around the county, if there is not pavement on either side of the bridge, the road gravel will wash down onto the top of the bridge structure. And we try to do the paving in order to keep that bridge clean, the deck clean. So that's part of it, but it also is for safety as you come down there.
Okay, I'm getting another question here from Barb Fuller. What provisions will be made for emergency vehicle access?
During construction, there will be no emergency vehicle access through there because the bridge will be gone. We will be communicating with area fire and emergency services so that they're aware of this change. But due to the nature of the bridge replacement, there will not be any provision during the construction to cross there.
Okay, I'm just waiting for more questions. If I get them in the chat, I'll see them. I don't have.
I have one
Go ahead.
from Mike Kuba. I will definitely coordinate with the fire department there to ensure that they know all of the dates and the necessary information for that.
Oh, okay, I got another one. Will the elevation of the bridge deck change?
Yes, it will, the profile, as the bridge elevation comes to meet the proposed alignment and profile, it will be adjusted to a certain degree. We have to make sure we have the hydraulic opening under the bridge. So that's part of our Eagle permit requirements that provides enough space for the water to travel underneath the bridge. And then, the actual elevation of the bridge will be brought up to meet the new profile. So it will be adjusted in elevation, yes.
Okay. I think that's all. Now, unless Burke or Nate, do you have questions in your DMs?
No, I don't see anything, Tiffany. Again, we'll look forward to having the opportunity to meet with potentially the same group here in the future when we get closer to construction. And I just want to say we appreciate everybody taking the time to attend this morning.
Yes, I agree with that. And we encourage you to sign up for our project updates. That is where you will find a lot of the information on our website so that you can get them in your email. And those, we will send out another letter to those affected through the project area. So about the next meeting that we will have. If you have questions about this project, you're encouraged to either email Nate Murphy or call here at the Road Commission. You can call the front desk, that's 734-761-1500. And I want to say thank you for joining us today.
Yes, thank you.
And we just want to say thank you. And this completes our virtual public information meeting for the Sharon Valley Road Bridge Replacement Project in Sharon Township. Thank you and have a great day.